There are always individuals online who get overly enthusiastic about watches. I won't point fingers. That's not my style. Instead, let's delve into 5 watches that don't quite meet their hype. The final one might just surprise you. Think you already know about the MoonSwatch's shortcomings? Think again. This first watch isn't one that everyone praises, but is one that's already getting a bad rap, and for good reason. It's worse than you might think. Remember when you were told to always put the lid back on the Play-Doh? If you didn't, it would turn into something sturdier than the bioceramic used in the MoonSwatch. Forget about denting it with a fingernail, a few harsh words would suffice. It's shockingly fragile, and after just a few minutes under a sleeve, the crystal is more scratched up and clouded than a Stephen King thriller. And don't get me started on the Neptune dark blue version, which left smudges on people's wrists like a mischievous smurf. Adding insult to injury, it comes with a strap that seems borrowed from a kid's shoe. Considering how cheaply it's made, it's fortunate the watch is priced low, because I wouldn't trust that strap with any more. Wearing it in public? Not likely, unless you want people to think you're struggling with big boy straps. Yet, oddly, despite its myriad flaws and inflated cost, it's still fun to wear, like indulging in junk food. You wouldn't want to do it every day, but occasionally, the bad can feel oddly good. Now, let's talk about the Tissot PRX. It's become the poster child for the entry-level watch enthusiast, and while it wasn't a landslide victory over competitors like the Hamilton Cocky Field, the PRX hype train has gained considerable momentum. It's a decent watch with few rivals at its price point, £600 for the automatic and £300 for the quartz. But let's bring potential buyers back to reality. It won't make a Tudor look tacky or overshadow an Oris. It won't outshine a Ferrer or embarrass a Hamilton. Despite being a product of a major Swiss manufacturer, Tissot can only do so much. Smaller brands often deliver better quality as they operate on tighter margins and don't have the overheads of a giant like Tissot. There's nothing fundamentally wrong with the PRX. It's just not as refined as one might expect given all the praise. Its charm lies in its versatility and fun factor, rather than finishing and quality. So don't obsess over the tiny details or expect Swiss perfection. Enjoy it for what it is. Next on our list is the world-renowned Rolex. People talk about it like it's the ultimate luxury watchmaker. Some would even defend it with their lives. Rolex certainly crafts a compelling narrative. If you approach it with your eyes open, you won't be shocked by what you find. But if you're coming from other high-end brands like Grand Seiko or even Tudor, you might be left wondering what all the fuss is about. The truth about Rolex is that they're well made, simple watches with immense brand value, but if you spend the same money on a Dornbluth, for instance, you get a watch that makes a Rolex look like a MoonSwatch. For those who come to Rolex with no prior experience, you might find it underwhelming. However, Rolex's global recognition helps balance the hefty upfront cost due to its strong resale value. Speaking of Tudor, the Black Bay 58 offers similar quality to Rolex at a lower price, yet it can be a bit of a letdown. It's not just about value. The Black Bay 58 is excellent across its price range. Great quality, fantastic specs, and strong branding. Its design and proportions are spot on, yet it doesn't quite live up to the hype. Why? Because it's almost too perfect. It excels in all areas but doesn't take any risks. Imagine ordering the same meal from your favorite takeout every time. You'll never be surprised, always satisfied, but it won't be memorable. It took me years to finally buy a Black Bay 58, despite its impressive specs, because it never wowed me. It's a jack of all trades, master of none. But over time, you'll appreciate its reliability. It won't dazzle you, but it will never let you down. Now, let's dive into the Patek Philippe Nautilus 5711. This watch, designed by a borrowed designer, has become the epitome of desirability, fetching astronomical prices. After hearing so much about it, I was eager to see one. When I finally did, I was not just disappointed, I was perplexed. The 5711 isn't just different from other Patek Philippe watches, it lacks the appeal of its peers. Take the Royal Oak from Audemars Piguet. It feels rare and expensive, with its sharp, jewel-like edges. The Nautilus, however, feels soft and undefined, as if left too long in the washing machine. It doesn't commit to a single aesthetic, neither round nor octagonal. The case and bracelet feel thin, more like they've been through a pasta maker than a high-end workshop. Its clasp is flimsy, unworthy of such a costly watch. If it didn't have the Patek Philippe name, we wouldn't give it a second glance. The hype simply doesn't match the reality. But wait, there's more to this discussion. Another watch that falls short of its inflated reputation is the Omega Seamaster Aqua Terra. It's often praised for its versatile design, blending sporty and elegant elements. However, upon closer inspection, the watch doesn't quite deliver the luxury experience its price suggests. While the Seamaster line has some remarkable models, the Aqua Terra can feel a bit like a compromise. It lacks the distinct identity of its siblings, neither excelling as a diver's watch nor as a dress watch. The quality is solid, but the design fails to evoke strong emotions, leaving it feeling somewhat generic compared to the competition. In the world of luxury watches, expectations are incredibly high. When a brand like Omega touts a model as versatile and luxurious, it needs to go beyond just being good. It has to be exceptional. The Aqua Terra, with its middle-of-the-road approach, doesn't quite manage this, leading to a sense of disappointment for those expecting more. Let's also consider the Breitling Navitimer. This iconic pilot's watch has a rich history and a distinctive look, but it doesn't always live up to the lofty expectations set by its heritage. The busy dial, while historically significant, can be overwhelming and difficult to read, making it less practical for everyday wear. Additionally, the quality control on some models has been questioned, with issues like bezel alignment and inconsistent finishing cropping up. For a watch with such a storied past and a premium price tag, these shortcomings are hard to overlook. Finally, we should touch on the Cartier tank. While it's undoubtedly a classic, with a design that has stood the test of time, the modern iterations can sometimes feel like they're trading on past glory rather than innovating. The quartz models in particular can be seen as overpriced given the alternatives available. While the tank has a place in history and continues to be a style icon, for those looking for cutting-edge horology, it might come across as lacking. To wrap things up, the world of watches is full of hype, and not every timepiece lives up to it. The MoonSwatch, Tissot PRX, Rolex, Tudor Black Bay 58, Patek Philippe Nautilus 5711, Omega Seamaster Aqua Terra, Breitling Navitimer, and Cartier tank all have their merits but also their shortcomings. It's important to approach each purchase with realistic expectations and a clear understanding of what you're getting. So, what do you think? Which watch fails to live up to its reputation for you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content from Ventichic.